Ask a
Piercer.
Ask a
Piercer.
Oh, Lord.
Ask a
Piercer.
Ask a
Piercer.
Ask a
Piercer.
Ask a
Piercer. Stino is actually dancing during the song. TomTube is up and running. If you want to see the Piercer and what's going on in the studio, the very first part of the video is Stino's face right up on the camera.
Great.
She's standing on the counter adjusting it. I was
like,
gonna wait till you're done, and I looked over and I'm like, oh, that's startling. So
You see up my nose and stuff.
yeah, go watch TomTube live video streaming of the show for Ask a Piercer. It's Piercings by Peach, but your name is Alex.
Yep.
Alex is the piercer. If you've got piercing questions, maybe you've always wanted to get pierced, you didn't know about getting pierced, you can ask those questions this morning. Start texting your questions to 68255 studio, the keyword, followed by what you want to ask a piercer. How long you been in the piercing biz?
So officially it's been 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
It's an odd line of work to go in. I'm not maligning it. I'm just saying you're the only piercer I personally know. There's not a lot of them.
I kind of got into it on accident.
Yeah.
The rebellious teenage phase.
You fell on a needle?
Kind of, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
I went in, I was underage, and I went and saw a buddy get a tattoo, and I was like, I want to sneak around, kind of look at things, and snuck into the corner of a shop, and I saw someone get their tongue pierced. I'm like, oh, that's exciting.
I've seen that, and it looks like it's a medieval torture thing going on.
Well, I mean,
is what it is.
It depends on the size of the needle, I suppose.
No, any needle through my tongue is medieval torture.
Why, is there bigger needle?
There's
people with damn holes in their tongue you could drive a bus through.
I mean, I've seen people, personally, I've watched people get their tongue split.
Yeah.
Oh, my
There's people
gosh.
like the snake tongue or whatever.
And
so you hang around with an interesting group.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, a lot of us have been doing it for such a long time that when we kind of interact with each other, it's just like we have nothing else to talk about but work.
Yeah.
Well, it's an interesting topic. It's not like your job isn't interesting. So now, do you practice? I see you have two in your nose.
Yep.
He's got some in his lips, too.
I got two in my nose, two in my lip, a couple through the ears. I've had a lot more.
How many piercings do you have?
I think right now I only have like 11.
Only 11.
Yeah.
From my perspective, you're a human pincushion, but from yours, you're like only 11. Like, do the other piercers say, "Oh, 11, look at you"?
There are a few who can do that. They'll kind of give you that, that rundown of like, oh, well, you don't have this one, or like you wear this type of jewelry and things like that.
Oh, come on.
But when I was younger, I was absolutely a pincushion. I think at one point I had 34, 35 piercings.
So did the other 24 close up?
Most of them, yeah. There's a few that I could still kind of stick in.
Okay,
it's been like 10 years.
You said stick in. All right. What was the weirdest? I mean, not weird. That sounds judgmental, that word. What was the most rare one that you had, or whatever?
So I think one of the most rare ones, I did a corset piercing, which is a couple of surface piercings on somebody, and you tie a ribbon through it.
I've seen that.
Like on your back?
Like on the back, right? Yeah.
Kind of. Unfortunately, it was a group of guys. One of the friends actually lost a Super Bowl bet.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
And
Don't make that bet.
and we did a corset piercing on his butt cheeks.
Okay.
Oh, so you tied the cheeks together? Oh, my gosh.
That's going to slow down digestion.
So it was one of those things that, it was very temporary, but it was definitely an experience.
Do you recall the bet? How long did he have to keep it in for, or whatever?
Oh, we had to get it done.
You just had to have it done.
Yeah, have it done.
But if you get it done, if you go through the trouble of getting it done, I'd keep it for a while just to be
Why would you keep that?
Why would you say I pay my bets off?
Okay. I mean, that's
and
fair.
now I have to go to the bathroom, take the ribbon out. I wouldn't need a lot of fiber for a day or whatever.
Right?
I'd have the colonoscopy pre-treatment before I went, so I could at least keep the piercing for a day.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing you pulling your ribbon out of your corset.
I just want
Pull
to kind
a
of hear that
yellow
story.
ribbon round my butt, corset round my butt. What team did he bet on? Do you know or not? I want to know.
It was when the Packers won.
Oh yeah, all right. So
He was anti-Packers.
Yeah,
It didn't
it's a
matter
Bear
who it
fan.
was.
It's a Bear fan probably making anti-Packer bets.
Yeah,
and it
anything.
literally bit him in the ass.
Literally, yeah.
All right. You got a piercing question. We've got a piercer today, and apparently he's seen it all. Text your questions now to 68255 studio, the keyword, followed by what you want to know for Ask a Piercer. It's 808.
There's a winter storm warning until 6 tonight. Snow all over the area with a high of 21.
Slash and Miles Kennedy, 95 WIIL Rock, the Rock Station.
in the hills.
If you want to see what's going on with Ask a Piercer today, it is up and running on TomTube. There's only audio when we're on the air talking because of lawyers and money and things like that. But you can see it on all our social media. TomTube is up and running for Ask a Piercer. Will Rock Morning Shows, thanks to the Ray and Raymond Auto Group in Fox Lake and Antioch. Today's 95 Will Rock featured dog of the day, Ruger. And the picture is just, I'm like, oh, little Ruger sleeping time on the pillow. He's from Round Lake Park. Ruger is a golden retriever shepherd mix.
He's cute.
Favorite activity is stealing dad's side of the bed. This is what dogs do. Favorite trick to do, give hugs. George Bailey, my dog, gives hugs. If you get your dog to like actually physically hug you, it is like the best thing going.
You just said that he steals the bed.
Yeah. Dogs do that.
I heard this. I saw this on Facebook the other day. If you ring the doorbell right before you go to bed, then all the dogs will get off your bed and go to the door, and you can find your
lock
spot.
them out of the room.
Yeah. That's pretty smart,
Seems
though.
elaborate. Why don't you just tell them to get out of the room, throw a treat out in the other room, and lock the door? Anyway.
Some dogs don't listen.
Ruger's probably nice to cuddle with. You want your dog to be our featured dog of the day? Click the FDOTD link at 95willrock.com. Get your dog posted as featured dog of the day. It's thanks to Best Bargains in New Munster. Save on groceries with wholesale prices and no membership fees.
Here we go.
95 Will Rock, the Rock Station. Ask a piercer today. Alex is here from Piercings by Peach, which is on Facebook, facebook.com/Piercings by Peach. So you can find him there. Also, TomTube is up and running on our YouTube channel, all our Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff. You can see what's going on in here for Ask a Piercer. And it was nice that that was up and running because I found out that the tag on the back of my shirt was hanging out on the camera. This is where you find out who your friends are.
Somebody told you?
No, I saw it on the camera because my friend Stino didn't tell me.
I don't see the back of your shirt.
That's how
while
you
I'm
find
sitting
out who
over
your
here.
friends are is the people that'll tell you when your tag is hanging out.
If you had a booger, I would tell you.
Right, you got a bat in the cave is what I would have said, but so anyway, don't count on Stino for anything. She was asking for a favor from Alex. He gets in here, and before he even sits down, she's like, "You got any weed with you?" Today's her first day. She didn't bring her vape pen to work with her.
I'm trying to lose weight, so I don't want to smoke weed all morning and eat a bunch.
It's not the weed that's an issue; it's the munchies.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's that. So,
But well, obviously he came in here, and I was like, well, if he does have some weed, I'll go out to the parking lot after the show.
it'd be rude not to with a guest, and it is legal in Illinois. So there's that. So we've got Ask a Piercer. You've got questions. Text them now to 68255. Studio, the key word. It's I say piercer. Is there like a technical official title for what you do?
So it kind of depends on who you talk to. There's piercer, piercing artist, professional piercer. There's master piercer.
Really? So you can elevate your
Title.
Like when you're better at it, you become a master piercer?
I don't know if it's a title thing. I think it's more of like, oh, I've been doing this for so
Ego?
long. Yeah,
Just
more
give
of
it,
an
to,
ego
give
thing.
it to yourself.
Because
Yeah.
at this point in my career, I'm
Are
just
you a master?
I'm just a guy with a needle.
Okay. That's not selling it to me. That's not.
Well, I mean,
And you're selling it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know you were talking about getting some piercings.
So Stino,
Yeah.
Stino had, you said your belly button. Now I knew somebody that she got her belly button pierced and it never healed. So was it done improperly?
What do you mean
or
never healed?
Never healed up.
was it like
piercing
kind of
never-
having issues all the time?
all the time?
So
all the
a
time.
lot of times, what a lot of people don't know is that your anatomy is so specific to these piercings that you can get it. Like some people get what's called a navel piercing. It's actually not. They're just piercing the skin of your belly.
Yeah.
So you completely missed the anatomy of
It
that
was a
person.
bad piercing
It's
is what- it was a
a
bad
lot of
piercing.
people have a lot of bad placements,
All right.
and that's where a lot of us come into play, where we're very trained to look at anatomy
Yeah.
and decide
So
what's good for you.
Stino, you've had your belly button done before,
Right,
and then
and
you
I
got pregnant. And
I had a problem, so I had my belly button pierced, then I took the piercing out, and every other jewelry piece that I would put in there kept getting infected. And he gave me,
yeah, that's what happened with the person I know. Yeah.
he got me a special one that is good
Fixed it
metal.
with the jewelry. Yeah.
And then he re-pierced my belly button, but then I got pregnant. I had to take that sucker out because it
Stupid
would just rip,
Darn baby.
You've seen
it's always
women.
the baby's problem.
Yeah.
You say is that a common one? The belly button not healing up right? Or?
So a lot of times, a lot of people talk about like an industrial bar, which is the bar that goes across your top of your ear.
Yeah.
That is very specific to people, and I've seen probably
That's a
30,
big
40
pain.
people who want to get it a month, and I've done 3.
That's the one that's in the lobe and then through the ear again. Or
yeah.
whatever, right?
Upper part of the ear.
Yeah.
And then navel piercings obviously are very, very specific.
Yeah.
Wait,
really
I have
anything.
a question.
Yeah.
How many times have you pierced the?
We'll get
a
there.
lot.
Don't give away don't give away the thank you good night question.
Okay.
Now. That's called getting ironically that's called getting a bit boner.
I know, I get a
You're
lot
getting
of
too
those.
excited. You just roll it. This is our big finish.
Okay.
So what I'm hearing is that
I
I'm
get
going
it.
to see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Send pictures. No, don't. Everybody's already seen that anyway. So, well, you talk about training though. So, did you get like specific?
So-
was it on the job training or is there a
It's
piercer
more of
college
on the job
somewhere?
training. You go through apprenticeship. Some people go through one of the worst experiences of your life where they pretty much break you down and try to rebuild you, or they just break you.
It's like the military again.
Kinda,
Jesus.
yes.
Yeah.
But there are people in the industry who are very unprofessional about it.
Okay.
And then I took my apprenticeship and learned afterwards. So I was taking anatomy courses. I was doing piercing courses, jewelry courses, learning and doing research about
All right.
what's better for people, and instead of what's going to benefit me, not only my career, but what's going to benefit the people who are getting pierced by me and make it worth it.
So you can the training is what you want to make of it basically
Yeah,
or
you
whatever.
want to take the time.
Where
to do
if
it.
somebody wants to do it, where would they start? Go into a
talking
place
to
that
a
does
local
it?
piercer,
Yeah.
finding someone who's overqualified essentially, because there's piercers everywhere. But you want to find someone that you can connect with, someone that's going to really teach you and talk to you instead of kind of demean you for no
Yeah.
reason.
Is it something to go into now? Is it like every other line of work where they're looking for people now, where there's a shortage, or are there too many of you, or is it just about right?
I think it's about
or-
in the middle right now.
It's about right.
There are
all right.
times where all of a sudden there's 10 piercers in an area, and then all of a sudden there's 3.
Yeah.
So it fluctuates
really
very, very
depends.
quickly. Yeah.
Would you advocate somebody going into it if they're interested?
Absolutely.
Or would
If they
you,
had
if somebody came to me and said, I'm thinking about getting in radio, I'm like, study forestry.
Yeah.
Go do something else.
Steer
Do
clear.
research.
Yeah,
Kind of find out, are you good with blood? Are you good with understanding people? Because it's not just about the piercing aspect alone. You want to make people feel comfortable. You want to make sure that people trust you because it is a scary thing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's almost like a surgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I was thinking about asking to take my appendix out while I was here, so it's funny you say that. So
it's something I could probably, unfortunately, learn from YouTube.
I'm looking for not a surgeon, but just a guy with scalpels is what I'm looking for. Hey, call back. All right, if you got questions, text them now for Ask a Piercer. Text us 68255. Make studio the first word in your message, followed by what you want to know. It's 8:23.
There's a winter storm warning until 6 tonight. Snow all over the area with the high of 21.
Greta Van Fleet now on Will Rock. Six 8255 studio, the keyword.
There's a winter storm warning in effect till 6 tonight. Snow all over the area with a high of 21. Tomorrow, chance of snow with a high of 22. It's 19 in Park Ridge and 18 in Johnsburg.
New road problem, according to Lake County Passage, Old McHenry Road, west of Quinton. Heavy delays because of a crash. That one at 173 and 83 in Antioch has been cleared, so hopefully that'll clear up soon. 173 and 83, yeah, that's cleared up. A bunch of other ones getting cleared, but a bunch of new ones coming in. So just take some extra time this morning.
It's time for the 95 WIIL Rock 95-second update. A disaster declaration has been issued in Illinois for Winter Storm Landon, which could bring over a foot of snow to some parts of Illinois. Lake and McHenry counties will likely only see a few inches of snow. Governor Pritzker issued a disaster declaration and activated 130 members of the Illinois National Guard to ensure all state resources are available to deal with the heavy snow, ice, and blizzard conditions. Police say they have arrested 35-year-old George Herrera for stealing money from Don Shepe, a convenience store, during an armed robbery Monday evening in Harvard. The suspect demanded money from the two on-duty clerks. They ended up handing over $200 in cash. Court records show Herrera has multiple convictions in McHenry County for theft and forgery. 95 WIIL Rock Sports, brought to you by Windy City Rooter. They drain your pipes, not your wallet. In the NBA, the Bucks beat the Wizards. The Bulls beat the Magic.
I feel like you're half-assing that today.
I am.
Who did the Bucks beat?
The Wizards.
Thank you.
The Bulls beat the Magic. In the NFL, Tom Brady has officially retired. And I forgot to say in my news that
this is important. Do this as the kicker.
I know.
This is the biggest story today.
You're right. And finally, well, earlier we found out that Punxsutawney Phil did see his shadow, so that means that there's 6 more weeks of winter. But Woodstock Willie did not see his shadow, so that means that they're
early spring.
Early spring, yeah.
So, in Pennsylvania, they get a lot more winter. Here, it will be an early spring because nobody's more accurate at predicting the weather than a rodent.
Exactly.
So, yippee. But also a good reason to get drunk in Woodstock this morning. Hopefully, everybody there is having a good time. It's 8:29. Ask a Piercer. Text those questions in now to 68255. Studio, the first word in your message, followed by what you want to know, and we'll get them answered. Coming up next on WIIL Rock.
Or maybe you are tired of snoring or your partner snores. Well, this is an easily fixed problem that Dr. Swerdlin can fix over at the Sinus and Snoring MD ENT Family Clinic. With 3 different locations, there is no excuse. You got to go see him and have him fix you. Nasal congestion, runny nose, sinus pressure, sinus infections, nasal allergies, snoring, or obstructive sleep apnea. All these problems can be fixed by Dr. Swerdlin at the Sinus and Snoring MD ENT Family Clinic. 3 different locations, like I said, Kenosha, Oak Creek, and Mount Prospect, with over 20 years of experience. Read some of the reviews. All of his patients are very satisfied. And you can even go chat live right now at sinusandsnoringmd.com with a specialist. Get your appointment set up and get your life together. They can perform that in-office procedure that's painless and will change your life. Go check him out, Dr. Swerdlin at the Sinus and Snoring MD ENT Family Clinic.
95 Will Rock, the Rock Station. Tom and Stino, Will Rock Morning Show. It's Ask a Piercer today. Alex is here. Piercings by Peach. Where do you do your piercing at? Where's your?
I'm actually currently in Kenosha. I actually work at a studio called Dead Setting.
Okay, it's a studio. It's not a lair. It's a studio. All right. It's on 60th Street.
Yep.
Is that the one?
7400 60th Avenue.
Yeah, 60th Avenue, just a little bit north of 75th Street.
Yep.
All right. On the wait for it, on the west side of the road. I drive by it every day.
You do?
So I know, yeah. Maybe I'll stop in today and get a piercing.
You should.
Oh, he's here. Otherwise, I would.
Get your junk pierced.
Yeah, that's happening. That's not.
If you could find it.
Screaming out midlife crisis. Yeah, I'm Irish, so that would be a problem, right? I mean, you don't have a lot to work with there.
It depends on if I have tools small enough to do it.
Well, I appreciate that. Do you have a?
Oh, I got some small
Do you have
things.
tweezers?
Thanks for everybody getting on board, piling on my tiny penis. It's a great morning for me as a broadcaster. Let's go to one of the days when I'm glad my mom's dead. Thank you for that. Let's go to the text line for some questions. Questions. How painful is a septum piercing?
This?
Somebody wants,
this
the
thing?
septum is the divider between your nostrils. So how painful is a septum piercing?
Done correctly, not bad at all.
That's like cartilage.
You're
That's
actually
not
looking
skin.
for a sweet spot. It's actually in the middle. So when you actually pinch that area, you can feel in the front and lower part that it's really soft all of a sudden. And when you kind of squeeze it together, there's nothing in there.
Oh, yeah. I feel that.
That's
All right,
where
we're
you're
all
going.
going to play with our noses now. All right. Oh, there it. Oh, yeah. So is that a trickier one? Because it's like
It's a trickier one. It's actually one of the, a lot of people actually say it's one of the more difficult ones. There are some piercers who absolutely love it and some piercers who don't. But you just got to be patient with it, do it right.
what's the trickiest one?
Oh, it depends on the person, honestly.
Yeah.
I've done some that were super tricky on one person. Somebody else came in right after, got the same thing, and it was easy peasy.
Giant septum
Does
with a
anybody
nice
get
sweet
their
spot.
armpit tattooed? Or, I mean, their armpit pierced?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
You might
You
be
be
first.
first, Stino.
No.
Congratulations. Let's do that right now. Go
No.
grab your stuff. What's the easiest one? What's like all right, just walk in the park.
Are we talking like for me to do or for someone to handle?
Well, let's do easiest for you to do, and then we'll get into the handling.
Really, anything anymore. Most of the time, I'm actually piercing with no tools whatsoever. I pierce everything with just my fingers.
Okay.
No clamp. So it's easy for me because I've done it and I've trained. And if I had questions, I always asked somebody I trusted.
Go to a skilled piercer, and then
Exactly.
everything should go all right. Now, what's the most painful, difficult as the person getting pierced? The pierce
To handle it.
not the piercer, but the piercee.
You know, it's going to be a kind of a toss-up. So a doth piercing is the inner ear where people say it's for migraines, which unfortunately I don't say that.
Inner ear, like
inner ear.
where, like
actually, I have
Yeah, let's see.
where that ring is.
Let me see.
whoa, down inside, right before the little canal.
that
Yeah, I've
little
seen
like
those.
flap
Yeah.
that
Yep.
that covers your ear hole.
So people generally scream when this happens.
Not really scream. It's just a lot of pressure for some people because there's so much happening in such a small area that some people just
It's
weren't
so
prepared for it.
thick too.
That's what she said. I totally would have gone with the junk. I would have thought.
See, a lot of people have no problems with it.
Yeah.
And it's usually, for guys, they're usually between mid-30s, early 40s who want to get it done. And for females, it's generally anyone who's going through a really bad breakup.
Okay. All right. So, going through a bad breakup. Valentine's Day got you down. Come on in and drop trowel.
Yep.
All right. All
It'd
right.
be easier for a girl to get her crotchal region
Really?
pierced, I think,
Yeah.
than a dude. Because
Yeah.
that's like a big, you got to go through the, I don't even know if I can say it. He's looking at me like.
No. So, Alex, this is where I just give her all the rope she wants and let her just keep going.
I was
and
going to say,
see-
she just kind of ran with that one.
No, we just let her keep going. We smile and nod and wait and see
You
what the
put
outcome
the
is.
needle through the. Okay, so if you think about it, the shaft
Yeah.
goes this
We're
way,
talking about boys now.
and the needle goes down that way.
Yeah.
Well, it depends
What
as
if
well.
you accidentally hit like a tube in there or something?
The urethra?
Yeah.
Well, actually, most of them you're going through it.
You go through that.
Yeah, so what's more common for
Can you
men...
guys just pause for 1 second, please? Just give me 1 quick second here, and we'll get right back.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
Continue your
Okay.
conversation.
So you tell me how this happens.
So, what the more common male piercing is,
A Prince Albert.
Prince Albert, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I could say it without having
Which is
any
right up
issues.
by the exit.
Yep. So
Yeah.
what you're actually doing
Can you
is
just hold on 1 second for me real quick? Just give me one real...
Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
yeah.
so you're taking a small tube and you're actually kind of going inside and then piercing upward into the tube.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That sounds painful. Do you have that?
I used to.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Oh my gosh.
You got rid of it?
I want to see.
I got rid of it after like 2 years of having it.
What was the reason for having it?
I had some mean friends who decided to kick me,
Okay.
Oh.
and it kind of tore.
So this was a way to make it worse?
Apparently.
All right. I don't
my
understand your
gosh.
logic, and I don't want to know anymore.
Nobody knows.
All right. And the ladies is easier than the men, or
I would
on
think
them?
so.
or-
You know,
So Stino
they
says.
definitely have an easy time doing
You
it.
got a lot more extra skin down there,
Maybe
I feel
you
like.
need to see a doctor, Stino.
I don't have beef curtains or anything.
All right, and we're done. I can't with you.
I'm sorry.
It went from like Emily was the grown up on the show. And, no, it went from, Emily was the grown up on the show and I was the child. And now I am the grown up on the show. If I am the grown up in any situation, things have gone horribly haywire.
I just need your guidance in life, Tom. That's why I'm here.
The guidance ship has sailed on you, I think.
I'm just really happy it wasn't me.
Yeah, right? Yeah. 8:45, 95 WIIL Rock morning show. Tom and Stino, Ask a Piercer. Alex is here from Piercings by Peach. You can see everything going on in here. TomTube live video streaming of the show up and running now on all our social media. And if you've got questions, text them in now, 68255 studio, the keyword. We'll get some of those answered for you coming up next.
There's a winter storm warning in till 6 tonight. Snow all over the area with a high of 21. Tomorrow, chance of snow with a high of 22. It's 19 in Fox River Grove and 20 in Grays Lake.
Got another show to tell you about at Route 20, a block west of I-94 on Highway 20 in Sturtevant. Uncured will be there with Versus Me and Madam Mayhem. That show coming up Saturday, February 26th. 18 and over show. You can get tickets, details, all that stuff. Just hit up the concerts page at 95WIILRock.com. Piercings by Peach today for Ask a Piercer. Text your questions to 68255. Make studio the first word in your message, followed by what you want to know. Let's try and roll through a few more of these. We've got a lot of piercer questions today. Let's see what we got here. Do you always take a piercing kit with you in case of an emergency? Are there piercing emergencies? What is that?
I don't carry a kit with me, but I'm usually on standby to go to the studio. There are people who lose a piece. They have someone throw a ball at them, and the ball hits their ear. A piece of jewelry falls out. They're thinking it's an emergency, so I go up there. I put it all back in. I mean, even
So
real
there are
Yeah.
piercing emergencies.
There is.
Yeah. Do you get to have a siren and blinking lights? Or
that would be cool. I don't think it would work very
Why
well.
were you speeding? Well, officer, there's a piercing emergency. Someone had a ball to the face. Oh, let me give you an escort then. This text says, "What is the most dangerous piercing?"
Oh, so that's kind of up for debate, honestly. A lot of people, including me, agree that one of the worst ones that seems to be a fad right now is across the top of the tongue or through the side of the tongue.
Like the long way?
Yeah.
How do these people eat?
Well, a lot of us don't do them because we can't see what's actually in the tongue necessarily. When we're going and doing a traditional tongue piercing, we're piercing between two muscles. We're checking the veins underneath. We're making sure that
Yeah.
it's safe. These people don't care when they're like, oh, I want this one because it's cool on Pinterest.
Okay.
It's not
All
something
right.
we do because you got
Leave it
tooth
on-
damage, you got gum damage, you have tongue damage.
Leave it on Pinterest, not tongue,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah. So you will say no if you think
Oh,
something's
absolutely.
just...
I will say no, even if it's just a cartilage piercing or traditionally a helix piercing. If it doesn't
Say,
look
what
like
is
it's going to work.
What is helix? That's the
Helix
thing in
is
the ear again?
Yep, it's
Yeah,
the upper
yeah,
ear.
yeah.
Instead of calling it a cartilage piercing, it's a helix
Helix
piercing.
piercing.
But even if someone doesn't have enough room there to support like a piece of jewelry that they fell in love with, it's like, hey, let's do something else if you really love this jewelry.
Steer them in that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. One more this time around. This is, maybe we've already covered it. I don't know. What is the weirdest location you've pierced someone?
I
I would say
I think it would be kind of
bathroom,
up-
the bathroom at McDonald's.
that would be kind of strange.
That'd be a weird location.
Yeah.
See what I did there, Stino?
Yeah.
A weird location. Never mind. So on the body.
That's what I thought the question
That
was.
was what the question was. I was kidding.
Oh,
Keep
and then
up.
I was thinking.
Just
not
because we
gonna
have a
say.
piercer in here doesn't mean we're going to get rid of the dad jokes, Stino.
Okay.
So what is the weirdest
I think the
location
weirdest
on a body?
one for me is traditionally whatever makes someone super uncomfortable while they're getting it done. Like they don't want to talk to me, they don't want to look at me, something like that. Because I mean, it could be as simple as someone doesn't want to get their ear pierced, like in a certain spot.
When
and
I
they're
get
just
blood
like,
drawn, I don't make eye contact with the person or
I
look at
can't.
the needle.
I cannot.
Yeah.
Hospital needles freak me out.
Yeah.
Like,
Hospital needles freak you
hospitals
out.
freak me
but
out.
you're ramming giant gauge needles through various body
Absolutely.
parts, you're fine.
and I'll have somebody else do it to me.
You just need to be in control.
Even with tattoos, I'm, not the greatest at getting them done.
Yeah.
You have them all over.
I have them all
Yeah.
over.
Go figure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And there are times where it's just like I don't like you. You're
Yeah.
doing this to me, and I don't like you. And I feel like as a
You don't
piercer,
like them because they're doing it, or you?
it's more so like
yeah.
I'm excited for a tattoo or a new piercing. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be great. I get in the chair. I'm like, this is not gonna be great for me.
All right.
And I feel like it's a feeling that's mutual between people who come see me. Is they're super excited. They get in the chair. It's like all the nerves hit.
Change
Yeah.
of-
And that's why we're so particular on like what we say and how we do things, because I want someone to feel safe. I want someone to feel like they can trust everything that we're doing, and that I'm knowledgeable of what I'm doing.
I would want to trust the person ramming the needle through me.
It's just like going to get a blood drawn. You're hoping that you're going to be one stick and done.
Right. Sounding good to you. Check out Piercings by Peach in Kenosha. They're on. He's on Facebook at facebook.com/piercings by Peach, and then on 60th Avenue in Kenosha, just a little bit north of 75th Street there. So, and the name of the tattoo place you're in is
It's Dead Set Ink.
Dead Set Ink. There you go.
So I got my ears pierced when I was like 6 or 7 or something, and I don't know. Your ears keep growing, I'm guessing, because my piercings are uneven. Like if I wear studs in my ears, you can see one's lower than the other, and it almost
Why
like
would you
hangs
say
up.
that? Now I can never look at you without seeing that.
Well, no, you can't-
lopsided person.
I
you.
don't wear earrings because
Can you
of
fix it? Can you fix it?
Technically, there is a way to kind of hide it. What I do is I prefer to do stacked lobes, which is adding another piercing right above or right below the
That's,
pre-existing
I would
one.
need it above.
So
Alex, we know what stacked lobes are. No, I don't. I'm just kidding. I have no
That's
idea.
a great
All right.
band name,
Yeah, all right.
Stacked Lobes.
Really not going to go with meat curtains or whatever.
Beef
huh?
curtains.
Beef curtains.
Yeah.
All right. We're moving on again. Papa Roach on 95 Will Rock, the Rock Station 858, Will Rock Morning Show. Tom and Stino. Ask a Piercer today. Back to the text line for some more questions. Coming up next, text to 68255 studio, the key word.
There's a winter storm warning until 6 tonight with a high of 21 today. Tomorrow, chance of snow with a high of 22. It's 18 in Waukegan and 15 in Woodstock. It is time for the 95 Will Rock 95-second update. 5 people have been arrested after a pair of Lake County gas station burglaries. Police in Riverwoods say the first incident took place around 3 o'clock Tuesday morning at Deerfield and Saunders Roads. A short time later, the same set of suspects reportedly burglarized a gas station in Lincolnshire. Police were able to track the group's vehicle to Chicago, where all of them were taken into custody. A woman is due in a Lake County courtroom this afternoon after an incident in Beach Park. Gabrielle Duncan was taken into custody on January 27th. Details of what led to her arrest have not been released, but the 46-year-old was slapped with 2 counts of domestic battery. 95 Will Rock Sports. In the NBA, the Bucks beat the Wizards 112-98. Bulls beat the Magic 126-115, and in the NFL, Tom Brady officially retired. Also, the Washington football team. We're going to get that name today. It looks like it's going to be the Commanders. And finally, a huge shipment of 20,000 coconuts filled with liquid cocaine has been discovered at a Colombian port. It was en route to Italy. And I didn't know that was a way to transport it. I guess you could they drained all the water out of them and then they filled it up with liquid cocaine, obviously watery cocaine substance, and then used a
watery cocaine-like substance.
Well, then you got to dry it out again, I'm guessing. But they, what did they do? They put like little corks or glue tabs.
Little holes in there, yeah.
And somebody found
They put
it.
the coke in the coconut and drank it all up. They ran around the block after that. And, imagine somebody got the coconut and didn't know it was liquid cocaine in there. They put their little straw in there. They suck out or they make a pina colada or whatever. You're like, hey, I'm really liking this coconut milk thing. It's my first time having a coconut. I got to tell you, I love coconut. Who wants more coconut? I'm going to have some more coconut. I love coconut. Give me coconut. Ask a Piercer today, 95 Will Rock. Tom and Stino, Will Rock Morning Show. You got questions? We've got Alex here from Piercings by Peach on Facebook, facebook.com, Piercings by Peach. You can see everything going on in the studio on TomTube today as well. What did you say? Is your mom listening? You want to say hi to your mom?
Yeah, my mom's listening, and
Hi,
I think my dad
Mom.
is. Hi.
Wave at the camera. Say hi, Mom. Right here, right here. Say hi, Mom. Yeah. There you go. Oh,
yeah,
that's my baby boy.
They all moved down to Tennessee a few years ago, so it's kind of cool that.
Well, they got the internet in Tennessee now.
I know.
Look
Sometimes
at that.
in the middle of nowhere, it's real.
It's dial up.
Yeah.
Bang bang.
You can still see the Roadrunner commercials playing through your head.
Yeah, yeah. So they're listening in Tennessee.
Yeah.
All right. Does mom brag about you when people say, so what does your son do? She's like, he's a piercer. He does really well. Or is she go, he's a piercer.
I think she's more so excited, especially in the past couple of years. She's kind of seen how much I've changed.
You found your thing. You found your
Yeah.
calling, and you seem to be accomplished at it, and that's good. Anything worth doing is worth doing right. So I would be proud if you were my son.
I take over everything. I mean, every piece of jewelry that comes through the door is paid for by me. Like, I take so much pride in what I do that it never stops.
So has Mom gotten a piercing from you?
Mom's gotten quite a few piercings from
Oh,
me.
really?
Yeah. A lot in her ear. We reopened some and redecorated her and kind of made her more bougie.
Okay. Mom is bougie.
Mom is
All the
bougie.
people in Tennessee. She's the bougie neighbor.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's very bougie. So, but
She's the hip mom.
I don't know how to broach the subject. We haven't done the aforementioned beef.
Yeah.
That would be awkward.
You know, that's a fun one to talk about her. We make jokes all the time about.
Hey, Mom, come
piercings I
on
do.
in and grab the stirrups. Yeah.
I don't know
Mom
if I would do
kicking
it.
that around, or
You know, if she did, I would not be the one to do it.
You know,
Yeah,
let's go
okay,
to the,
good.
Let's go to the text line for some questions now. Let's do that instead. Let's see what do we have. Are there soft, flexible spacers? The bottom hole of my double helix gets so sore if I sleep on it. I have hoops in now. This is a very specific question.
That is very specific. I love it. So a lot of times we do not push plastics just because they hold so much more bacteria. I mean, yes, it's cheaper, and people are like, "Oh, it fills the
Plastic
space."
earpieces and earrings.
Nine times out of 10, I tell people go to a titanium stud, get a cool piece in there, make sure it's fitted properly to your ear so nothing's hanging off. It's just fitted for you, and then it usually resolves the issue because you're not laying on something that where it's stabbing you, it's folding and things like that.
Yeah, that's what I would have said. I
Yeah.
have no idea what
You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. One more time, the text line coming up. We'll do speed round. If you've got questions for Alex the Piercer, text them now to 68255. Make studio the first word in your message. Hi, Mom. It's 9:06.
There's a winter storm warning today until 6 with a high of 21.
See you there now on Will Rock. get some piercing done. Check that out. And speed round of Ask a Piercer coming up next. Final call for questions. Text to 68255 studio. The first word in your message, followed by what you want to know.
There's a winter storm warning until 6 tonight. Snow all over the area with a high of 21. Tomorrow, chance of snow with a high of 22. It's 19 in Wakanda and 16 in Harvard.
I love that we're having a snowstorm thingamabob today. It depends on where you're at. Some places 2 inches, some places almost a foot in the listening area. Good luck with that. Makes it good for this Saturday's live broadcast, 95 Will Rock at House of Harley Davidson's Kill Winter event. I'm picking up the bike, the 2022 bike, this Saturday. Looking forward to ringing the bell and getting the bike. Plus, while you're there, you can check out the 2022 Harley Davidsons and all the new colors and everything they got for you. You're going to have the ZA food truck there. Tasty stuff. If you've never seen the Big Al Wetzel Band, good entertainment, plus cold beverages. You could even win a trip to Daytona Bike Week. That's why I'm picking up the bike this Saturday. It's when I'll be riding in Daytona for Bike Week. You got to be present to win that, so come on out and sign up on Saturday. I'll also have your shot at Kid Rock tickets, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, Friday, August 19th, and Knotfest Roadshow with Slipknot, Cypress Hill, as we welcome that to Alpine Valley on Saturday, June 4th. All that and a lot more going on Saturday. Broadcast, things start at 10, and the event runs all day until 3 at House of Harley Davidson on Layton and Greenfield. See you there this Saturday with Will Rock.
I'm sorry.
We were talking earlier this morning, Stino trying to lose some weight and get in shape for her wedding. I am trying to get rid of the COVID weight I added. I was close to what I wanted to be, and then COVID hit, and I added 30 pounds on. Or maybe you made a New Year's resolution. No matter what your reason, The trick is walking through the door and taking that first step. And the place I'm doing it is at the Kenosha YMCA. If you're there on a weekday during the day, chances are you'll run into me. It's working. I already lost 10 pounds. I got a few more to go, but I'm going to do it at the Y. They've got a great facility, all the workout equipment you want. They've got the track, the basketball courts, the pools, the workout gear, the classes, and pretty much everything. It's still doing some virtual stuff for you as well if you're not comfortable to go in. But the Y is ready for you to help you get in shape or stay in shape. You are essential. Make your health a priority, and you can do that at the Kenosha YMCA. Different deals, different classes, and different things going on. Place to start, get all the info you need, and find out about signing up is the website, KenoshaYMCA.org. It's really about taking that first step and then walking through the door. I feel great every day after I go work out at the Kenosha YMCA, and it can work for you. Place to start is KenoshaYMCA.org. All right, speed round of Ask a Piercer today. You've got questions, and we've got Alex from Piercings by Peach, which you can find on Facebook.com/Piercings by Peach, or you can find him. What's the name of the tattoo studio again?
Dead Set Inc.
Dead Set Inc. in Kenosha on 60th Avenue, just a little bit north of 75th Street. Stop in and see him. Speed round. So we're gonna ask a few questions here, just quick answers for these people, so we got this break, and then we're gonna let you go start ramming needles through people. Let's do as many of these as we can. We got a whole bunch. How often do you have a woman come in? Why are people obsessed with this?
Oh, boy.
Looking to get their hood pierced. You don't have to answer that if it's not radio appropriate. I don't know if you've heard the program, but that ship has sailed. That ship has definitely already sailed. What is how is that a common one?
That's a common one.
Yeah. What is the reason to get your nether regions pierced? Is there a
Some people think it's cute. Some people just want to know what it feels like.
okay?
So-
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, but I'm good. How nervous were you the first few times you did some of the less traditional, not ears ones? I let an apprentice at a shop do my tongue, her first, because it was free. Ended up crooked, but free. So, yeah, it's got to be like the first time doing a tongue.
The first time for a lot of like anything besides an ear is terrifying.
Do you always tell the person, hey, this is my first time, and give them the option
I
to
make that
bail
joke a
on
few
you?
times. I had a girl come in for her first earlobe piercings. She was brought in by her mom. She's 16, and I'm like, yeah, this is great. It's my second week here, and I'm building portfolio, and I'm gonna try my best. And pale. Just didn't want what she went.
She
pale,
was not interested in you
not
doing
interested
it.
in
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't tell people that.
Well,
when
I
you're-
think you have to. I
Well,
think
the best
you
part
really
is
have
I'm
to.
friends with her mom.
Yeah.
And her mom wanted me to kind of freak her out just a little bit.
Oh,
So did you end up doing it or not?
Oh, yeah, I
No.
did it.
Yeah, you did
Yep,
it.
she did
went
it.
pale and you did it anyway.
Yeah, when she
All
looks,
right. When she woke up, she loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she looked at the wall. My wall is covered in certificates of classes and
Yeah.
certifications from
You
the
know what
last
you're
2
doing.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she,
Have you
as
ever-
soon as you look around, you kind of believe that I'm not new.
Have you ever screwed the pooch and you knew it? You're like,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've admitted it. I've messed up a few, and I take them out and said, hey,
Let's do it
I'm sorry.
again.
Yeah.
you have
know,
to do it again. So now you have two piercings.
Let's
you
do it
don't
again
do it-
once your penis heals.
Yeah, you don't do it once. You take it out. You're like, okay, this happened. This is what
Yeah.
we're gonna do. You come back after it's all healed, because I'm not gonna put you through any access trauma for no reason.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'd rather take the hit on that one.
Yeah.
What's Peach Daddy's? Is this your nickname? Peach Daddy?
Yep. I know exactly who that is too.
Okay, Peach Daddy. What they want to know, what is your favorite piercing to do?
Probably either a conch piercing or a flat piercing, which is the upper part of the ear, kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Why is that your favorite?
Because everyone is so unique. There's people who have small ones, big ones, wide ones, and you just can fit something different in it every single time, and
Variety.
you make it personal.
It's the same spot, but variety.
Yeah, exactly.
And what was the other one? Conch?
Conch,
Which is
the inner ear.
That's
So,
that ear thing again.
It's kind of like that one, but it goes straight through the back of it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that like where your ear kind of cups
Yeah.
on the
Where-
outside. It goes
All right.
through that cup
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, I'm busy that day. All right. One question, I think this is perfect based on this show to finish things out here. There are a bunch of other text questions. And, of course, if you have questions, you can stop in and see him at the shop and ask them, or check it out on Facebook at facebook.com Piercings by Peach. Our final question from the text line: how difficult, because I don't even know what this means, but it's got the word nipple in it.
Oh, boy.
How difficult is it to pierce an inverted nipple versus a normal nipple? What the hell is an inverted nipple?
Goes in.
Yeah.
What?
It goes in. It
So
doesn't
the
go out.
nipple part is on the inside. So the areola is there.
Yes.
But there's a.
It's pushed in. It's
Yeah,
like concave.
Yeah. I'm getting
it's
a
like those,
professional to give me.
It's
So how can you pierce a nipple? It's not a nipple.
It is possible. Sometimes what you got to do is just kind of finesse the area, line up a needle, but on the back side of the needle, it's completely flat. You just kind of push on it, see if you can kind of get it to rise up a little bit. When you clean the area and things like that, it's causing natural stimulation to the area as well. So it's kind of like if you just put a shirt on and it rubs your nipple just right, it just makes it hard. So you want to make sure that the anatomy can support it. And if it's something that I don't personally feel like I can do, and I know like it is possible for someone to get done, I'll tell you where to go.
So you need work on your nipple finessing, is what you're saying.
Yeah, apparently.
Get that done, and you'll be number one with the ladies. I'll tell you that. Yeah. That's interesting. I think I want to go to that class, and I don't even want to pierce
Nipple
anybody.
finessing class?
Nipple finessing. Let me know when they have that down at the community college. Right, College of Lake County, I'm talking to you. Piercings by Peach is on Facebook. You can stop in and see them at, what is the name of the studio? Say it again.
Dead Set Inc.
They got to be happy all the plugs are getting today. On 60th Avenue, just north of 75th Street in Kenosha.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in today.
Absolutely. It was
Thanks,
a pleasure.
Alex.
Yeah,
I'll
I
be
really
in
appreciate it.
soon because
Yeah.
Ben has to get his nipples re-pierced. Ben actually has his nipples pierced.
Are you going to finesse him a little for him
Yeah.
first? Yeah.
I'll
All
do
right.
that. And then I got to get my belly button going
Redone.
so I
Yep.
can look hot in my bathing suit.
And I'm just coming in for the nipple finessing class. So there you go. Thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely. It was
All
a
right.
pleasure.
It's 9:25.
There's a winter storm warning until 6 tonight. Snow all over the area with a high of 21.
Royal Bliss, 95 WIIL Rock, the rock station.
Thanks.